All right, all right. Welcome back to yet another episode of the Talkative Football Podcast. Thank you guys again for joining us on yet another episode. Yeah, man. How you guys been?
Been good. Hanging in there.
Hanging in there, definitely. I can see that. Chelsea's definitely hanging in there with all the money they're spending, but we'll definitely get to that in a bit. But just to start off, we had wasn't a week filled with too much in terms of matches, being it the cup break. We had both FA and EFL Cup matches take place, and not really a real agenda with this one because I had some good matches, some bad matches. So just gonna talk about your favorite ones here, guys. I'll start off because as the resident Man City fan, I gotta talk about the win over Arsenal. Now I know you guys are gonna come out and say, "Listen, Arsenal put out a B team." I'm gonna look at you and say, "You're right," but I don't give a damn. We need every win that we can get, especially since right now it's seemingly if Haaland's not scoring goals, Man City isn't really doing much for the ball. So we need all these little dubs. So as a fan, I was just happy to see them actually register one in the win column. So hopefully we can take that back into the Premier League when it starts back up this weekend.
I don't think Arsenal are mad either about losing that game because they've won 14 FA Cups, which is the record, and they definitely do want to focus on the league, especially now that they're out of both domestic cups and all they have. I don't know. I always forget if they're in Europe. So
yeah, they're in Europa.
Europa League. All right, so their schedules are a lot easier right now, and I hope they're ready for a revenge game on whenever you guys meet in the league, because that's going to be a huge decider for what happens for the rest of the season.
To be honest, I'm kind of looking at that next matchup with the side eye because even though Arsenal put out a B team, it wasn't like they got completely dominated in that FA Cup match. So if it was the real starting 11, I feel like that game could have gone anyway. So it just lets me know, Mikel Arteta isn't going to hold back any shots during the two Premier League ties we have against them. So we're going to be in for one hell of a fight.
Of course, especially since you guys have somehow managed to lose Laporte in the middle of the season, and it doesn't look like any reinforcements. And it looks like Arsenal are looking for midfield reinforcements too. So Caicedo, I heard they were linked with Jorginho. They can have him if they want that. So we'll see. Yeah.
I mean, I heard Caicedo rejected.
Well, no, it was Brighton. I don't understand how Brighton can hold out for 100 million when they signed him for 5 million like a year and a half ago. It just seems like what why are you holding on to him for what? So he can finish seventh at the end of the day?
Same reason. What's his name? Benfica holding on to that. So.
Well, at least Benfica have a chance to win things in their league. But
so it was Brighton that rejected their bid?
Yeah, Caicedo has already gone on Instagram making public posts about, I'm from a poor town. It's my dream. I want to win the most trophies as a person from Ecuador, and that's my life goal. And Arsenal or Chelsea, well, I didn't name the clubs, but he said moving to a big team will help him, and he hopes the fans understand. Blah blah blah. So he wants to leave, but Brighton are playing hard hardball and they want the maximum amount they can get, which I guess. I mean, I can't blame them because they want a good team. They want to hold on to their star players, and which is what small clubs should try to do. But when somebody comes in with crazy next to what they bid, 65 million for somebody you paid 5 million for, come on now.
Yeah, but they came up with an upgraded offer over the weekend. No, 70 million. Did they reject that one too?
Yeah, the third bid has been rejected.
Yikes! What are they waiting out for? 90?
I think 100 because they see Caicedo in the same light as to them because they're both 21 and right?
21.
They both started for their.
Caicedo's really only 21.
Yeah, they both started for their respective teams in the World Cup. They both
that man's really 21.
They both played a very high, prominent role in their teams, position in the World Cup. I think Ecuador made the knockout stages, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are like game-changing players. Like without them, they have to play differently. Like their whole plan is like, who do we play? We can't. It's like we can't plug in. We can't put anybody there and expect the same thing. No,
just plug in
it's a specialized player. But still, though, 100 million.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah,
I guess. Yeah.
I mean, of course you're saying, you're talking. You're coming from you're a fan of a club that's about to spend 120 on Enzo, so I'm not surprised.
No, I mean,
well, no, I don't. We don't want to pay that much, but
it's because he's saying that you're already going to make so much of a profit that it's worth it just to do it. I'm saying that why is it? Because I feel like your profit margin to looking at Enzo, because I believe that's what they're looking at. I feel like your profit margin should increase, or your price of a player should increase, depending on what. At this point, it's kind of like the stock market, right? Whatever everybody thinks the stock is, that's where the market drives the stock towards, because that's what people are putting their money on. That's the same. Is similar. If Arsenal brings a 60 million bid, I think we put in a 50 million bid first, right, or something like that.
It was like 40 times.
We're gonna put in a 60 million bid. You're over there thinking, how much would Bayern bring? It's not bad business. It's really good business. You're just playing hardball for this game.
I think it's bad. I think it's bad business if they don't let him go at the end of the day, because nobody is going to come back and pay that much next summer. It's going to go down a little bit significantly.
I don't think so.
But
I don't think so.
He's 21. You're really in the catbird seat. You don't have to do anything. What, you have him on contract for another 3-4 years?
Is it 4 years? I know he's under contract for at least 2. But if it's 4, I have to agree with Zach.
He's only been with Brighton for this is his first
a year and a half. So he has like 3.5 left on his contract.
3 yeah. Oh yeah. That's good business. Because if he was like, let's say he was like 26, 27, then I would side more with you, Checks. But he's 21 and he's one of the highest rated midfielders on the planet.
Yeah, it's like Benfica. Benfica are trying to increase Enzo's release clause.
Exactly, and I can't really blame them. He won the World Cup.
Also, it is a mid-season. Like no club wants to miss one of their most important players in the middle of the season.
Yeah,
nah,
it's a tough grind.
So
to your point, I guess it's
a little premium, but like free Enzo and free Caicedo, they obviously want to leave. Like they should move like Man City. Like whenever a player wants to leave, they're gone the next day. Like but I respect it as a small clubs. Or smaller clubs. They're trying to hold on and hold out for the most, but come on, man. FFP is coming for us eventually.
Man, yo, listen. FFP. If you seen the Grim Reaper meme, you see it every time when there's like when you get to the Super Bowl, where the Grim Reaper's coming in, he's knocking on doors, and you see the trail of doors before with blood coming out of them. Dog, it's your door next that they're knocking on. It's your door next. FFP is coming because I'm just seeing. First off, it starts off with Cucurella for 66, Ziyech for all that. Who else did you guys major purchases by this past summer? Sterling.
Not Ziyech.
Fofana.
So Fofana, boom.
Koulibaly.
Now, who? Thank you. Now Enzo, and I'm seeing nobody being nobody going out. I'm seeing nobody go out for any kind of serious money. If people going out, the most I'm seeing is loans. I think the only one that I'm seeing that's really closest to a permanent deal is the Ziyech move to PSG. Other than that, I'm not really seeing none of y'all make any exits for all the entries you're making. When FFP comes around and time comes due, if they don't treat you like they treated City, we have to take them to the court of arbitration for sport. If they don't treat you like they treated us, it's rigged. I'm going to file a complaint.
I know it's not many.
I'll go and report you guys to FFP myself.
It's all right.
Hey, it's just because we're just doing things that no club has done or can do.
We take advantage of the loopholes, and then because it's us, they close it. Like even like for the loan players, Italian teams have been having loan armies for years. But once Chelsea started doing this loan army thing and making money off these young people, selling them on the black market, FIFA wants to come in and say, "Oh, we don't want you to do this anymore. You can only loan five players now in the league and like overseas." It's like why do you see so much? But it's cool. It's cool. We'll be fine. We like I said last week, we've been through much worse and we've overcome. So.
Oh yeah.
And we had a week break this last week. So people are getting healthy. We're getting reinforcements. It's looking good. We might actually make that top four berth. I'm starting to believe it's possible.
Believe it's possible. Who you knocking out?
Even if FFP comes in, it's just
Manu's the only person that you have hope of knocking out because you're not catching Newcastle at this point.
Well, stranger things have happened.
Even if FFP comes in, like what? Don't they suspend you from the transfer window?
Yeah, that's
the one that we would buy.
We're buying them now. Yeah.
So we're actually.
But that's it. Like literally, what's the worst that could happen?
It's like we're stockpiling weapons for an apocalypse.
You need a striker.
Everything we're gonna need for this.
We already signed a striker.
FFP
Nkunku?
Fofana, Nkunku. That leaks.
Yeah, we already have all those players, so they can punish us, but we're still gonna have our players, and we're still gonna.
It's all fun. It's all fun in games when you get that ban and you can't go after Victor Osimhen, and then you see him go to Man U, start scoring goals.
I don't want Osimhen.
Really? I think he would fit in Chelsea's shirt quite nicely.
I'll take him, but like once again, Italy is not England, so.
Fair enough.
See, Chelsea striker get rid.
That's why I never rated me. I get to see it for at least 2 seasons back to back. If you can do it back to back season. That's why now maybe I might give Haaland a little respect. But Osimhen, come on, bro.
I mean, okay.
It takes a different type of striker to like play in this team, you know. Like
all I have to say is Napoli is 13 points clear at the top Serie A with Osimhen leading the line. So
That's another
That
thing. That's
Napoli
another
team.
thing. They're
If
about
you
to win
take,
the league. So do you
yeah,
think they'll let him go for cheap? That's another expensive ass signing. That's
Well,
$1 million.
well, yeah. I mean, why are you even thinking cheap? You're Chelsea. You know you're not going to spend on anything less than 100
if
on a
I was
player.
gonna
So
get
they,
any player from that Napoli team, it would not be Osimhen. There's only
we should
one
not be spending more than 50 million for any player from Italy.
from that team,
What?
and that's
Any player from Italy, man.
yeah.
It is not the same level. It is just not the same when they come over here.
Am I spending
But
on?
but then so
I live in
Am I
so
England.
wait so you're rating Enzo higher than all Italy players at this point. To your using your point because you're ready and willing to spend 120 on Enzo.
No, I just think Enzo is just like an insanely huge gamble that we're being forced to take because I don't know, you don't see really any other options apart from Caicedo, and I don't know, it's just like an investment for the future, especially when we give him that 7-year contract. Like I'm
I don't
not
think
really
we're
convinced by him, but like his
I think
stats,
we're
like
forcing ourselves to
his,
take
his
this.
rounded play, he's like he can do everything. Like I don't know if you looked at this site that the one where they draw like the attacking like it's a circle diagram and then it goes all around like he's really good, but then again he's only played in Portugal for 6 months, so and it's in Portugal, so
That's where my disconnect is because I'm con- I'm a simple negotiator. If I need you need a young midfielder, you want some of that World Cup juice, right? Just go and get McAllister. I'm just saying, like
McAllister just seems like a player that would just he's a bench option. McAllister is a
what I'm
bench
saying
option.
is you're saying like who is forcing us to buy Enzo? We are. We're forcing ourselves into this because we feel desperate. That's really why. Like there's options out there, but we feel like we need to replace Conte right now. Like that's not gonna happen. But we're thinking, oh, if we can just get this young phenom, at least we'll have enough talent where we can maybe replace. Like you're not gonna, we're never gonna replace that from Conte. You know.
But that's
So
the thing, though. I like that with signing Enzo because he's probably the best prospect on the market right now, and we do need a midfielder right now who we can plug in and just play. So I think that they've really convinced them that he's our guy, and they're like we're gonna get him at all costs, which is something we should have done with these like high quality young players in the past instead of like going to buy finished players like Higuain and Morata. Let's target these young players that have a lot of upside, give them a long contract, and let them give them time to grow with our team. So I can't be really mad about Enzo Fernandez because he does have a really high ceiling. If we had just
no,
if we had just shut up and paid the money when it came to Haaland, I don't think nobody would have been mad about it because like he would have been scoring goals, and even if he didn't, he still has a lot of talent.
Haaland is even more of a proven player than Enzo. That's what I'm saying. Enzo, like you said, has only been there
Like I
6
said,
months.
Enzo is a prospect. Enzo is a prospect, but he's a really highly rated
To
prospect.
me, he's an unproven prospect. I'm sorry. Like
I mean,
to me,
he's proven in Portugal. 6 months, he's been really
what's
good.
Caicedo and McAllister are higher prospects to me than Enzo. That's what I'm trying to say because they're higher prospects because they play in the same league as me.
Caicedo, yes. Caicedo would start. McAllister wouldn't. I don't think McAllister would start in our midfield.
I don't think you're rating McAllister properly because he started on that Argentina team. I mean, so did Enzo, but
To be honest, if your options, let me see how old is McAllister. Because if your option is McAllister, he's 24.
mm-hmm.
He's 24. Okay. So McAllister is 24. I'm almost of the mindset if I'd rather, obviously for me, first choice would be Enzo. But if you're gonna say you would have McAllister as an option, I honestly like James Madison better than McAllister. So I would say if you're gonna do McAllister, I would
Bro,
just
bro just
go.
mentioned another 90 million player, bro. Like, nah, I think the reason why
Well,
he's
no, that's the thing. That's my point.
he's like,
With the form that Leicester is in, I think you'd be able to finesse and get a James Madison for 70, maybe 65 at most,
when
because
you're,
he's also a bit on the older side. He's 26.
what
We
makes
also
you think
need.
Leicester isn't gonna hold out for 100 million like everybody else?
It's not even about that. It's not even. Y'all missing the
Because
point
the
though.
form isn't all that great.
They're two different midfielders. They're very different midfielders. Really. McAllister is box to box. James Madison is an attacking midfielder. He's more of a Mason Mount, if anything. We don't need that. We have that. We have those. We have flurries of those.
So I
We
mean, I
don't.
would say McAllister is closer to James Madison than he is Enzo, because there are times when he's in the Brighton side. Going far, coming back on defense is something,
I'm telling you, I've seen them both play. McAllister is a better two-way player than Enzo. I'm sorry. I saw them both play for Argentina. McAllister is such a high intensity player. His recovery is insane, bro. I'm telling you.
Okay.
So Enzo's a good prospect, but to me, just from what I've seen and from the difficulty of competition, McAllister has just blown me away. Like, there's nothing Enzo has done that I'm like, God, I'm blown away. But man, I can take you back to Premier League games where McAllister scored free kicks, like scoring crazy goals. I can just wipe that from my memory. Like, McAllister has done some things with the Premier League that Enzo hasn't even experienced yet. You know what I'm saying? So to
Well,
me,
it looks like Enzo may get that chance, because even though talks are going into the light and weren't finished today, Chelsea looks like they're about to go and try and push that through tomorrow being deadline day. But since we're on the topic of transfers, let's bring it to my squad, Manchester City, because I think they've pulled out not really pulled out, but they've been a part of the shock transfer of the window. João Cancelo, official today, has left Manchester City and gone to Bundesliga champions-elect Bayern Munich on a loan deal for the rest of the season with an obligation to buy for 70 million. Now that not obligation, I'm sorry, option. It's not a mandatory buy option. So if Bayern Munich at the end of the season decide that Cancelo was nice, but we don't want to keep you, he'll come back to Man City. But yeah,
you know what this means.
An already shaky defense gets worse. That's what that means. And an already shaky defense gets worse. That's what that means. Man, listen. You know what this means? I might have to call Pep and convince this man to listen. Change your title, head coach and offensive. It'd be like more like football. Head coach, offensive coordinator. Keep your hands off the defense. No, let's be real. Look. To Sheg's earlier point, what Man City does a great job of, and it comes in two parts, right? When players come and they want to go, we allow them to go. We don't like to keep unhappy people in the locker room, because it just messes everything up. And we also look at it on the other hand, if you've done a lot for the club, we understand, out of respect for you, we'll give you the move. João Cancelo, since he came, he's helped us win 2 Premier League titles. Understood. Go ahead, boss. You do you.
No, finish. No, please.
But
good for me.
But Pep, you see, at most we have 1.5 defenders in our defense. The half defender is Kyle Walker due to his high work rate and pace. Without Diaz, we are nothing. João Cancelo, we slotted him in at left back, but you can't really count him as a left back because when we have possession, the man drops into midfield. So like, and here you are letting him go out the door, and deadline day is tomorrow, and I haven't even had a sniff of backline help. So I'm like, Pep, where does that leave us for the rest of the season? We have Champions League aspirations. We can't go into the Champions League with our back line looking at it like it is now, especially now that John Stones picked up on the hamstring injury. That man is forever in the hospital, but that's a whole other conversation for the day.
First of all, this is slippery slope. As I said earlier, you can't just let players leave whenever they want. Like, oh, I want to leave, and then they're gone the next day. Also, second of all, what is Pep doing to these players that they want to leave a very successful team? Third of all,
Good point.
whenever these players go, how are you still attracting 70 million for a player who wants to leave? Even though Bayern know damn well that it's going to be very easy to take him out of that team and they don't need a big
Done for me lately.
How
You
is
see, Cancelo was not getting playing time anywhere else he was at before here.
That's even though that's the lowest price more.
Once he got to Pep put this man on the map. Pep showed exactly what could be done with this man under the right circumstances.
Yeah.
And people are seeing, the potential truths. Because look, he can slot in at left back. This is really good for Bayern because Bayern watched the World Cup and they saw what Canada did with Alphonso Davies, bringing that man up further up the pitch and slotting him in at left wing rather than left back like what they've done. Now that they've gotten João Cancelo, that playing like that is a legitimate option because they still have Benjamin Pavard on the roster. You could slot in Pavard at right back, slot in Cancelo at left back, and then that leaves you the option to put Alphonso Davies as your left winger, and you could bring in Musiala or Mane as your striker just for that setup.
Well,
There's no
denying. There's no denying that Bayern got a really good player. I just think it's ridiculous that City would let him go. Plus, it's looking like moving forward, that defense, if you concede, it's like Haaland has to score 4 goals because you're conceding 3.
No, seriously.
I wish y'all the best. Actually, I don't wish y'all the best. Y'all are finishing like 3rd, okay? So, yeah, I just think that's very ridiculous.
They'll still beat Arsenal and finish first. I'm telling you, I just don't trust Arsenal, bro.
Man, if Arsenal get...
There's nobody that
looking
and Mark Saka on that wing now, so good luck.
Caicedo is looking slow. If Arsenal ends up getting a quality midfielder signing, I'm not sure if Jorginho's that signing, but if Arsenal get a quality midfield signing, then I may have to concede because already they're looking impregnable with that defense. Now
the defense is solid.
Now we get it turns into open alley when Partey gets subbed out, but like in a Premier League match, Partey's playing the full 90 minutes. It's not going to be like the FA Cup where he's like, all right, 70 minutes, time to rest him. So
Partey is injured right now, though.
In Pep, because I know exactly.
I believe in Pep. I don't believe in his defense. Pep has shown me that he can't put a defense. Pep has shown me
to score enough goals to offset that.
That's all I have. That's all I've left to bank on. What else do I have left?
Then
Haaland is gonna have to really break that goal, that all-time scoring record, if Man City are to win this title. He's gonna have to blast past that 38 mark and push for 40. So yeah.
I don't think he will, but I don't think it's gonna matter. I just have a feeling, man.
If he does it, it's not going to be his fault. As you can see, the people around him, the form has been.
And also, if KDB isn't sending accurate passes, Haaland isn't scoring.
That's what it is.
I guess it's Grealish time to shine right now since Foden is AWOL.
I don't understand why clubs do this to players. Like, do you realize, like, you can you can help in a player losing his confidence. Like you realize that because you're kind of one of the best coaches on the planet. So if you tell a player, hey, you're playing like crap and he's your best player, it doesn't really trickle down too well. Because see, there are certain guys you can coach certain ways, if that makes sense. And I always believe the fact that in the professional sports, we're not talking about high school or college, professional sports, you generally want to be on the same page with your best players. That's just how I feel. That's normally how teams win. When the coach and their best players, which is normally like 2, 3, maybe 4 players, are all on the same page. Because then it's able to trickle down to the rest of the team. But if your coach is, I don't know what, he's talking about benching De Bruyne for who? Who? Okay, so you're talking about benching De Bruyne. Oh, one bad performance. Oh, my God. It's not like everybody's been like.
Well, how about this, Marcus?
In world class. It's not like Grealish is just been giving dimers, Modric passes left and right. It's not like Modric is being prime Conte. Like,
Marcus, what happens when KDB's bad form continues and Pep keeps benching him, and in the summer he asks to leave? Are y'all gonna let him go?
Hey, that's first off, it ain't gonna happen because what you're seeing now is the exterior, our exterior is being moved as it should. The core members, the core build, those guys are here to stay. Those guys are gonna we're gonna make it figure out how it figures out. So, and as you can see, KDB is part of that core, part of that response. Who? No, he's not. No, he's not. No. Cancelo has been a nice addition since we signed him from Juventus. But that if you really think back at the time, it was always a rotation between him, Zinchenko, and Benjamin Mendy before he got all that off the pitch issues come up. But it was really a perfect circumstance that his form and confidence was coming in and flying. He was giving assists, scoring. Cancelo was, by the way. And then for Benjamin Mendy, those off the pitch issues snuck up on him. He definitely wasn't able to play, so it was really just Zinchenko. And
innocent, by the way. Carry on.
Yes, is innocent. Yes, he is innocent. Well, there is a couple that is still being investigated, but for the majority of the charges, they were dropped.
Like
but so yeah, it was just a perfect circumstance. Benjamin Mendy was dealing with that. It was just Zinchenko, and then Cancelo, his form was speaking for himself. And then coming into this year, we sold Zinchenko, so now the only person who really had playtime was Cancelo. And I don't know if it was a thing where Cancelo kind of just like let himself get used to the fact that, oh, there's nobody really going to challenge me or whatnot. And but the form dipped.
This is the problem. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is because of Pep. You're acting like a player is going to play 100% himself all season long. That's so unreal.
It's not. But that's why you have the
dip of form in how many years, and you're like, oh, bye. You can go on to buy. That's what I don't get. And if he's like you say, you don't let him go like that. Like, think about it. It'll be like, oh, Chilwell, you want to go to Real Madrid?
That's the problem. That's the problem with Pep, because Pep feels like in order to keep the team winning,
any player.
Yes, that's how Pep feels. Pep feels like whatever squad he has, in order to keep winning, keep them motivated, he has to cut and make changes and experiment and do all that. That is not, well, it has worked for him, but it's just like this signing, like this loss right now. This one is gonna hurt. I promise you, this one is gonna hurt.
I mean, since Sane left, we have
Barcelona without Messi. How many
The
times
champion,
without
the
Messi?
Champions League has been the only competition that has played Pep. Otherwise,
I wonder why.
it's been business as usual. Now back to Cancelo.
Your Champions League rivals that you might play them. Oh,
Amen. Listen, I'm not disagreeing with you there. I'm not disagreeing with you any points. But specifically for Cancelo, I think this one is a bit different because this same situation happened in his two previous locations, Juventus and wherever he was in Portugal. When it came to a point,
believe that in him. They never believed anything. They thought Alejandro was better.
while I understand that, all I can say is it was the same situation. When it came time for him not getting out and out play time and with the starting 11, he got upset and demanded changes, or else he just wanted to be out. And this transfer came after Pep decided not to play him for the FA Cup. He got pissed. He made a whole scene in training, and they had a discussion after the fact, and they just came to the agreement that it was just mutually beneficial if they were to just part ways at this point.
Well,
So I feel like Cancelo's this might be the one exception for Pep because it has been a trouble area for Cancelo in his career.
all right.
Not defending Pep overall because you made some good points, but for this one zone, at this particular situation, I have to come to the defense of my manager.
I'm gonna agree to disagree, and before we move on to the EFL Cup, I wish you guys the worst of luck. And I'd like to ask, how far do you guys think Wrexham are gonna go in the FA Cup?
Wrexham is how many more before the quarterfinal, semifinal stage? Isn't it one more round?
Yeah, we got the 5th round and 4th round replays. Then it goes to this. So yeah, they have to beat this replay and be in the 5th round, and then it's semifinals.
Oh, semifinals straight? No quarterfinal?
Is it? I mean quarterfinals. Quarterfinals.
Okay, I think they're making quarterfinal. I think they're gonna lose in quarterfinal. Which either way is still gonna be quite a turn up because they're not even in a
whatever division they're in.
Not even in a championship, bro. They're below the championship.
Yeah, they're like 4th tier.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they're about to be promoted this year, so that's my favorite second team right there, Wrexham. You know, my boy Ryan Reynolds. So
I might have to pick another team. My championship team before was Brentford, but now that I see them in the Premier League, I have to pick another championship squad. So it might be Wrexham just because due to the story. Who knows?
Mine is Burnley. High flying Burnley. Ooh, Vincent Company.
I knew you. A man of culture. A man of culture.
You feel me? Ooh, what are they? Is it Turfmoor? Whatever. Oakwood? What's the place called? He got that place buzzing.
Damn right, bro.
their form is insane.
Bro, points they are clear at the top in the championship. Clear at the top.
Only lost 2. Won the last 5 in a row.
Very Pep Guardiola-esque.
Yes, I will say it. Very, very Pep-esque. Yes.
Well, he does have a big head, so
Hey, have respect. That's our head captain.
Because it's funny.
That's our head captain. Have some respect.
He doesn't coach like a defender. Does that make sense? He doesn't coach his team like a defender. First of all, Burnley don't look like Burnley.
Well, first off, did you ever see him play? You don't remember how he won us a Premier League title, bro? I will never forget it. I was working at T-Mobile, watching the game live. We were playing against Leicester. He was coming down the pitch. He was I swear it was 18, 20 yards from goal. Coming down the pitch, everybody on the pitch, Aguero explained this after too, was saying, "No, Vincent, don't shoot." The guy shot and it was a straight rocket. Won us the Premier League.
His last game? Or was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was his last game.
Yeah.
I remember
He shot a rocket from 30 yards out.
a
He
signature
was
goal.
never. He was never
And that's why it has a statue outside the FDF.
No,
very
I mean
offensive thinking.
Out there.
his team. They don't. What was Burnley's old coach? Sam Dyke. I don't even know why.
All these Sam Allardyce, who's the other guy?
Sam, no, it's Sam Dykes or something. Sam Dykes.
The new Liverpool manager.
Oh no,
Not Liverpool. I'm sorry, Everton.
don't tell me they hired Sean Dyche.
They did. Sam Dice, Sean Dice, something like that. Something along those lines.
From 5 pounds to 5.
Sean Dyche, yeah. Sean Dyche.
My point was like Burnley does not look like the Burnley we know and we're used to. You know, Chris Wood,
Brexit football.
sit back, cross the
Route
ball
one.
for 90 minutes, attack the
Goalkeeper
ball.
lumps it up. Midfielder heads it down to the striker. He
This is
shoots. It deflects
this is a
in.
different animal, bro. The animal that's coming to the Premier League next season, it's a different animal.
Yeah.
I'm
All right. Last match to look at before we end the episode with our new segment. But Liverpool, Brighton. Okay, guys, is it time to call it? Is it time to crank up the worry meter to maximum for Liverpool?
Yes. Yes. All the way up. Let's put it DEFCON 1 for Liverpool.
DEFCON 1. You say you're not worried. Okay, hold on. Let's speak for yourself.
Their club is for me.
Let me speak. Go ahead. Explain yourself. How can you not be worried?
That's from Liverpool before. Remember when all those years ago after they won Champions League, then my guys were injured? And like, oh, it's Liverpool. Oh, and then Alisson scores the craziest, spookiest goal that gets him to the Champions League.
But you have to remember that was when you go back and you think back during that time, you have to think of the month it was when you saw Liverpool as low as you saw them. That it was still September, October, November, bro. It's about to be February. They're below 7.
Bro, they weren't. They were pretty much at the same position that season. I remember they started off the season. They lost 8-2 to Jack Grealish.
I understand that. But the season you're referencing, it was still the first half of the season that we're still having bad form. I'm telling you, we're going on to the halfway point. We're about to reach the halfway point of the second half of the season.
They already hit the halfway point too. They're like over. They're on 20 games, and their morale is low. Their club is for sale. No new signings. Club is just complaining.
No, am I saying they'll make Champions League? No, but I mean DEFCON 1. DEFCON 1 to me is like, yo, we're like 12th, 13th. I don't think they're going to finish 12th or below out of 10th. Do you?
I mean, but for a club, hold on. But for a club that's been perpetually in the Champions League places and using that and getting a lot of money from that, to not be able to make the Champions League, is that not DEFCON 1?
No, not at all. Because they're rebuilding. Number one, they knew they would have to be in some kind of rebuild. You lost Sadio Mane, so
how do you buy Gakpo and you still have Sani on the team and you
Gakpo is an unproven talent.
I think it's really tough.
He's never played in the Premier League, right?
It's going to be really tough for Liverpool, Juno. It's going to be really tough for them. The owners are not investing in the club while they're searching for a sale. And if they miss out on Champions League revenue, it's going to be even harder for them to rebuild. And they're woefully out of form. They're out of confidence. They look lost. Salah just looks lost. Prince, I'm not worried either. I'm just saying Liverpool should be worried. They definitely should be worried about how they're playing right now and how they're going to bounce back.
If I was a Liverpool fan, let me rephrase this. If I was a Liverpool fan, would I be at DEFCON, whatever? What do you say?
Bro, you only have that mentality because you're a Chelsea fan. You're not a Liverpool fan. You cannot relate with.
No, literally, I'm saying like if us Chelsea were in as a bad state as Liverpool, how much like if I'm being a
We
realistic
wouldn't
fan,
be worried at all because we kind of are. Like we're not because we've been through this several times. We know our team, but Liverpool fans are worried. They are shaking their boots. They're upset. They don't know what's gonna happen next.
I
They
wouldn't
really
worry
don't.
if I'm
They're faring right now. They're in fear. They go back to another era of like 7 year stretch without a title or and it,
Nothing football, no Champions League, no nothing.
that is their
Just Premier League
right
Cup
now.
ties.
They should be scared because they don't have ownership that's going to spend 500 million in 6 months to fix the problem. Now they do not have that.
they don't need all that. They just need to take care of something that they ignored like dangerously and bought strikers and ignoring.
And they keep ignoring. But they keep ignoring it.
Saying that for 2-3
They
years.
signed Gakpo.
They went Trump 100 million even before Gakpo.
Why would they sign Gakpo when they know they need defense and midfield? It's kind of like Chelsea. We left the most important position for last.
What I'm saying is this is you're talking more recent. I'm talking I already saw this coming before this season.
Okay, so answer me this. Let's say there's no flip side to this current situation. What we see is what we're getting, and it continues up until the end of the season. Right now they're in ninth. Let's say they don't move from ninth; they stay ninth.
I don't know. I'm
So they finish the season ninth. Is Klopp in trouble?
Klopp is going to stay. He's not going nowhere.
No, he's not in trouble.
Not in trouble.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I do you know why Liverpool
His first season there, didn't they finish like 8th or something or 6th?
No, I think it was about ninth.
About
yeah, but
his
that was his first season.
His first season, yeah, it was about ninth. Yeah, it was about ninth.
Man, I don't know why y'all were buying anybody.
Hey,
Because it would be unacceptable for us at City for Pep to go back down to his first season. His first season woes. This would be unacceptable.
Well, that's.
But also, you can't blame Klopp. Klopp isn't like, the club isn't doing enough to fix the problem and help him out. So they're not gonna get rid of him. But there's nothing that they're doing right now. They're gonna fix the issue. So
on a side note, it's funny that the both of you, this is your argument for Klopp, but when it was for your boy Lampard at Everton, Lampard was just a horrible manager. No, I just want to point out that distinction.
Lampard.
It's true. Is Lampard a good manager, Marcus?
In my opinion, I feel like Everton did not support him enough for us to really see the answer to that.
Lampard a good manager, Marcus.
I think
what
he's an
happened at Chelsea? Is he a good manager, Marcus?
When he was at Chelsea, he did some things, bro. He did some things well.
But is he a good manager?
The team composition at Chelsea was always an issue.
Oh my God, bro! Another coach came in and won the Champions.
Is Lampard a good manager, Marcus? Yes or no?
He's an okay manager.
Hey, so that's not good. That's okay.
Right.
It's like if you're a good manager, then firing Lampard is the right move.
Yo, guys,
let's get legend. This is how you're talking about him. You guys have no respect.
This is our club legend we're talking about. We know him better than you do. Okay. Yeah. All right. Guys,
we're about to. What do you got?
Before we do that, who do you guys think is going to win the FA Cup this year? I mean, EFL Cup.
Who's left?
EFL Cup?
Yeah.
Who's left in it? We got knocked out, right? Man City, right?
Southampton, Newcastle, and Nottingham Forest, Man U.
So I'm going Newcastle.
Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, Man U.
I'm going Newcastle.
I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm going to go Spotnams. Only one reason.
Spotnams? No. We're talking EFL Cup.
Yeah, you said Tottenham, aka Spotnam.
No. Southampton, Newcastle, and Nottingham Forest and Man United.
Okay. Southampton, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest. It's gonna be
Man,
Newcastle, Man U in the final, and then Man U is gonna win the final.
No, I don't know. Newcastle is about to put them over the knee and show them about to
I
put
think
them over the knee and show them a more perfected performance than what Brentford did to Man U earlier this season.
Ooh. Yeah, we'll see.
Yo, I'm telling you, bro, Newcastle is scary as a squad. Keep sleeping on them.
defense in the league.
I will sleep.
Defense wins championships, especially in cup competitions.
You're just disrespectful. Zach, you're disrespectful. Watch.
You can see on 50 for Newcastle. I beg. Like,
Disrespectful. Keep sleeping on them. The next time they see Chelsea, they'll put 5 on you. Don't worry.
Newcastle can hardly beat us. They can only beat us in wherever their stadium is. What's it called? This but
No one cares.
St. Mary's. Yeah, they can only. No, that's Southampton.
That's Southampton.
Anyways, they can only beat us in their stadium by 1 goal. You know, right? No, bro. No. You know who I'm scared of? I'm scared of Brighton. That's what I'm scared of. Because
A team that's not even, you know what? That's
I
fine.
just glossed over how good Brighton were for that Liverpool game and how
Brighton-
my boy McAllister, that was his show. He
Brighton
took
lost
It was
Brighton-
too much. It was
Cucurella,
too much.
their manager, their technical director, and they somehow got better as a team. And they lost Trossard too.
Yeah. No,
Losing Trossard was the best thing that could have ever happened to Mitoma. Because since Trossard left, Mitoma has been flying.
Taking
Did
over.
you see his goal? Did you see his goal against Miles? Gosh.
Poetry.
but what I'm saying is that team, the heart and soul of that team, is Alexis McAllister, and it's not.
Man, Alexis McAllister be hitting the bench. Stop it.
Player
McAllister probably back. Come on, man. It's okay. I dare you.
You can say come on all you want.
Listen,
All I see is he's balling.
listen. Regardless of him being the kind of player you want, you're getting Enzo Fernandez for 120.
Which isn't bad. Hey, I ain't complaining, but hey,
You're saying it's not bad.
between 120 Enzo and 50, 60 McAllister, I'm going.
The reason you're saying it's not bad because FFP hasn't come knocking on your door yet. It's coming.
Even
But-
if they come,
Once again, I tell you, what's the worst that
let it come.
let them go? We're waiting for them.
Banners from signing the
Oh my
players we already signed.
Yeah.
They need to throw the big job. They need to throw the big
Ahead.
job.
Waiting for them with the shotgun cock ready to go. Like,
No,
bring it on,
because Marcus, what we're doing is actually the best possible thing we can do. Stockpile on talent. Because number one, FFP can't take away a player's contract.
Shame.
You can't do that. So you can ban the club from buying players that we already bought. Okay. So I'm just like, let them come. What are they waiting for?
All right.
it's not like we didn't survive the last 2 times they transfer
I'm
banned.
telling you, man, FFP doesn't scare us, Chelsea fans.
And we still finished top 4 that season. Like, come on, man.
We're able to finish top 4 with an okay manager. So I think we'll be fine. We have a much better manager. So I think we'll be all right.
LOL.
Yeah.
No
All
comment.
right. Let's close out the show. So as the last topic of the day, before we end this nice episode, Shags, take it away with our new segment, Parrot of the Week. So let us know who is this week's Parrot of the Week.
Parrot of the week for the week of Monday, January 30th. Let me see. I had Pep Guardiola. I had
Imagine.
Harry Kane. I had Gerard Piqué.
Oh.
Okay. 4 finalists.
Yep. I already know who I have. So
Who
who do you have?
who's your option? Who's your choice?
Me? Oh, no. I want
No,
you
you
to
know, no, this is Shags, you know. No. You
No,
those are your options, right? Who was your official parrot?
My official parent. Ah, it's kind of hard this week. Not much happened.
it's not hard.
I could also give it to the Benfica board for being stingy. Especially if we sign Enzo Fernandez tomorrow, they're definitely getting Parrot of the week. But right now, man, this is wrong. This is for unrelated to football reasons, but I gotta give it to Gerard Piqué, man. Like, nah, it's Gerard Piqué, man. Like, it gotta be him. Like, after him is the Benfica board, but I won't know for sure until Tuesday or Wednesday. So right now it's Gerard Piqué, and for reasons that we don't need to discuss on the podcast, you already know why. Yeah, so Gerard.
This podcast is rated E for everything. Just let it speak.
If you don't know why, just go over to YouTube and type in Shakira, and it will explain itself.
Shakira plus strawberry jam.
All right.
I understand.
You have any nominees, guys?
So I agree with you. I agree with you for with Gerard Piqué, but if we had to keep it strictly football, I have to give it to my guy Pep Guardiola, man. I have to give it to my guy Pep.
Oh my God, we agree on something.
Because
Oh, yes. I'm like, this is.
I understand a player wants to. He doesn't like playtime issues, and he's kicking up a fuss and wants to leave. But at some point, you're gonna have to put your foot down and really think of the bigger picture. Like, if it was a winger, we have a plethora of wingers. I understand. Bernardo Silva has been wanting to leave for a few years now. We have replacements. But as far as defenders, man, our room is already lacking. So to now let Cancelo go from an already lacking room with no replacements on the horizon, I just don't know how to excuse my guy for it. So,
Yeah.
for me, it's Pep Guardiola this week.
If you didn't say Pep, I was going to look at you weird. But no, Marcus, we understand. No, it's for me. I'm with Marcus 1,000%. It's Pep. Like, I mean, how Cancelo? I rate him as one of the best left back wingers, wing backs, whatever you want. He's one of the best footballers on the planet. All right, he's like that. So to just let him go to Bayern, a Champions League rival, yeah.
Their number one goal is to win the Champions League, and in the middle of a title race where they're 5 points behind, and they have to win out to win.
To be honest, I've been hearing Pep in his interviews, and low key, I don't think he believes that we can make up that 5 point gap. Yeah. And I think it's mainly due to how well Arsenal is playing. I don't think he believes we can catch him.
So
deep inside his heart, I don't think he believes we can catch him.
If he doesn't believe you can win the Premier League, and he's letting the best players goes in a season where he really wants to win the Champions League, like what's left for Pep and Man City this year?
No, see, I don't think we need Cancelo to win the Champions League. The thing is, what Cancelo leaving affects is we have one less body in the defense, and that's really the issue. It's not whether or not that Cancelo's skills and abilities will be missed. But the real big issue is we don't.
That's like saying Chelsea don't need Reece James to win the Champions League. Like, come on now.
I mean, you guys don't. You guys have. That's why you bought Cucurella. Now Cucurella not playing to the capability for you to.
If we don't play with
to make Reece James is not your fault.
I mean, you could no. I mean, you could say we don't need Reece James to win the Champions League. You could, but then again, that statement can be totally just put to bed by the fact that we won one with him. So,
yeah.
What I think is just that this is who Pep has always been. He ran Zlatan out of Barcelona.
I mean, when you go back and actually read the book, that was a difference. That was a difference of just characteristics, man, personalities.
Then what
It's
happened? What happened with Yaya Toure then?
What I'm saying is, I
I'll
don't
give
think
you that.
because from I at the time when it happened, everybody was like, "Oh, Pep is Pep." Yeah, Zlatan can go, but looking hindsight, Zlatan hasn't been run out of any other team he's been with.
I mean, they did a pretty good job running him out of LA Galaxy.
No. Oh God, no.
No, they could not. They could not.
He did not
When
get.
Zlatan touched down in LA,
They could not wait for him to leave.
when
They could
Zlatan
not. They
when
could not
Zlatan
wait
touched
for him to
down
leave.
in LA, you know what happened? LeBron sent him a jersey. He signed it and sent it back. When it was time for Zlatan to leave, when it was time for Zlatan to leave, you know what Zlatan did? Zlatan released the presser. Zlatan is finished and left.
Listen, man.
Nobody threw it out but Pep. So all right.
Listen, they could. MLS could not wait for him to leave. That's all I have to say. Go ahead.
Because he was taking everybody's lunch money every week.
I mean, it wasn't just that. He was also very rude and everything.
It was a good bully.
Yeah. I talked to somebody who worked in the MLS and actually got a chance to work with Zlatan and see how he was at the matches, and he wasn't the greatest. Even with the kids, what they do before the match begins, they walk with the kids out, they do the anthems and things like that. It just wasn't a great picture.
They hated him because he wasn't walking with it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, so now we know how the LA people are. All right. So he also ran out your boy Zane. Ran out Sterling.
Zane was that one was
Zinchenko.
Sterling. That was mutual. Sterling, that was mutual. After years of being a faithful soldier, Sterling wanted to test new pastures, so we let him go.
Who's the guy who goes to Barcelona?
Oh well, you're right. Sane, he was having character issues. That's the reason why Germany didn't bring him to the 2018 World Cup.
I actually don't think Pep thought much of Ferran Torres. I think that was more.
I agree with you.
Board coming down.
I agree with you.
We want Ferran Torres.
I agree with you.
Pep was so quick to get rid of him.
No, I mean, but
any report.
I agree. Listen,
I'm like, damn.
Pep was like, all right, if it's not my option to get this player, don't worry. I'll make some money off this guy for you.
Bro, you know how when like a player is about to make a move to a big club, there's always like reports. There was nothing like that. It was just Ferran Torres to Barcelona for 55 million.
Fleeced. I can't tell you how happy I was. We fleeced them out of their money. Fleeced them,
bro. Oh man!
All right. What a way to stop. Final statements.
I think we're all pretty unanimous that nominated Pep this week. So.
All right, Pep Guardiola, Player of the Week.
Pep being Pep, as we all know, and this isn't anything that he hasn't done before. Like I said, it's just him being him, and I think he might cost his team, even though I'm still picking them because I don't trust Arsenal. But we shall see.
Well, first things first is we got to win both ties in the Premier League.
Yeah.
With that brings us to the end of yet another episode. If you stayed with us this long, thank you for listening through the full episode. If not, it's okay. We just hope you come back and listen to all your favorite parts, rather. And like always, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, all that good stuff. Catch you next time. Peace.
Peace.